Today we're talking about Xbox Game Pass for the PC. We're going to talk about the pros and the cons and if it's worth your money.
Before that, if you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button and becoming part of the eRock on Deck community. We would absolutely love to have you.
Microsoft released something called Xbox Game Pass back in 2017, and at the time it was only available for the Xbox console. But in 2019, Xbox made the announcement that Xbox Game Pass would be coming to the PC platform. But as a PC gamer, you may be wondering, is Game Pass worth your investment? Okay, so Xbox Game Pass is a subscription-based service that offers you a wide variety of games. The service is advertised as having over 100 games to choose from, but most estimates actually put that number closer to 200 games. This is basically the Netflix for gaming, except you're not actually able to stream the games. You have to actually download the games to a hard drive and then run the games from your hard drive. If you're new to Game Pass, you can sign up for as little as $1, and then from there, it's $10 per month after that. Microsoft also offers an ultimate option, which is called Game Pass Ultimate, which is $15 per month. Game Pass Ultimate gives you access to everything that Game Pass has to offer. This includes Game Pass on your Xbox console, Game Pass on your PC, as well as Game Pass on your Android mobile devices. This also includes access to Xbox Live Gold, as well as EA Play. EA Play is also available in the PC Game Pass only option as well for $10 a month. EA Play is a service by EA Games where you can pay $5 per month and have access to the EA Vault. This is basically EA's version of a Game Pass, but it only has games that have been published by Electronic Arts. So when you think about it, as a PC gamer, you're probably only going to pay for PC Game Pass for $10 per month. And with that subscription, you get access to almost 200 games as well as EA Play. EA Play is worth $5 a month by itself, so you're really getting a whole lot of value here. And lastly, as a massive cherry on top, we all know that Microsoft recently acquired Bethesda. And just a few weeks ago, Microsoft updated the Game Pass library and dropped a whole bunch of Bethesda games in the library for both PC as well as console. Oh, and I totally forgot to mention that all of Xbox's first-party titles will be available on Game Pass day one. So this means Halo Infinite's coming out later this year, so you no longer have to buy a console like the Xbox Series X in order to play Halo Infinite. You will be able to sit down at your PC, launch Game Pass, and play it day one. Whether if you like Halo or not, that is a massive benefit because this perk does not just apply to Halo, it applies to all first-party studios made by Xbox. Okay, so that wraps up all the benefits of Game Pass, so now let's talk about a couple of the negatives that you need to be aware of. So the first issue with Game Pass is that it's just like any other subscription or streaming-based service. Games rotate in and out, so it's possible that your favorite game will be available one month and gone the next. Microsoft tries to offset this by giving you a heads up and letting you know which games will be leaving the library, and then they will offer you a discount up to 20% off to purchase that game permanently. Another issue, and honestly a quite bigger issue for PC Game Pass, is the fact that PC is clearly the afterthought, meaning the selection of games available on the Xbox is often quite better than the selection of games available on the PC. That means you are not getting the same games on PC that you will get on Xbox. There is a lot of overlap. For example, like Halo is available both on the Xbox as well as the PC, but then there's a lot of games that are only available on Xbox, or they're available on Xbox first, and then they will later be available on the PC. A prime example is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. The Xbox Series X and S released back in November of 2020, and on the same day, they also released Jedi Fallen Order to Xbox Game Pass. But PC gamers had to wait an entire month to get their hands on Jedi Fallen Order for PC Game Pass. The last issue that I will mention is honestly the biggest issue with PC Game Pass, and that is stability and quality. PC Game Pass launched in a beta state so that you knew that a lot of the features were experimental and they have not quite been ironed out. However, it stayed in beta for well over a year, and now it is being advertised as a fully released product. But PC Game Pass does not feel like a fully fleshed out product. There are still a ton of technical issues, glitches, and things that honestly don't make sense. A lot of games won't even launch half the time. You have to uninstall them and reinstall them. And then a lot of times games will launch and play perfectly fine for about an hour, and then after an hour they will randomly crash for no reason at all. Additionally, I am currently streaming on Twitch, and each week I try to meet up with friends and play a game from Game Pass because it's just a lot cheaper to pay $10 to have access to 200 games as opposed to paying $50 and $60 a pop for each individual game. But the problem becomes when we all try to play, some of us can launch the game and some of us can't. And one of my buddies actually installed Game Pass to one hard drive and then installed the game from Game Pass to another hard drive, and the game wouldn't work at all because it said that Game Pass had to be installed on the same exact hard drive as the game. In other words, Game Pass is extremely picky and it will cause a lot of issues. And oh, as one last thing that kind of falls in this category is yeah, modding kind of sucks when it comes to PC Game Pass. I saw this awesome zombie mod that I wanted to take advantage of for Halo 3, but I play Halo 3 in the Master Chief Collection through PC Game Pass. And guess what? Game Pass locked down the folder and would not allow me to modify anything inside of that folder, so I could not use the zombie mod. Meanwhile, my buddy who paid $10 for Halo 3 on the Steam store was able to do any modifications that he wanted. In conclusion, Game Pass as a whole is truly a great value, but when it comes to PC, it can be a little rough around the edges. Overall, I think the pros outweigh the cons of Game Pass, and I do think it is worth the investment, and if you're new to it, it's only gonna cost you $1 to give it a try. Honestly, I think a lot of the value for Game Pass really comes down to the games that are currently rotating in and rotating out. A few months ago, I said I would never renew my Game Pass subscription simply because there were no games that I wanted to play, and all of the best games were only on Xbox at that time. However, fast forward a few months, now I have more than enough games to play, and I don't have enough time to play them. So it really just depends on what's rotating in and rotating out at the time. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button. It goes a long way in helping me out. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and become part of the E-Rock on Deck community. We would absolutely love to have you. And let me know in the comments below, do you think Game Pass is worth it? Are you going to try it? Why or why not? I look forward to talking to you. And until next time, E-Rock out.
Come on. I know you want to. Let's go. Got him. Oh! Ninja double kill. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Clip.